to Life Screenings. My name is Banks Halfrick. I'm here with Michelle Curtis, and she is my, or actually the co-host tonight.
Yes,
right?
I am. Thanks for having me, Banks.
Yeah. Michelle, tell us something about yourself, a little bit about yourself. Your background's in history and history of film. Right?
Yeah. My complete love of film and cinema in general. And I think at the age of 5, I fell in love with film, watching silent movies with my grandpa. And I went to college for film history and film theory. I watch movies every day. I love it. So
Yes,
anything on the big screen.
You were going to give
a thing.
you are definitely going to give a historical perspective to
I'll try.
this festival.
Yeah.
And something I started this year, and that is to have guest or co-host, guest co-host, that's what we call it, on it. And you were my first one for this year, 2023.
I'm so honored.
Yeah.
Thanks. I hope I do you proud.
We go back about 20 years ago. We worked at Universal Studios together, and Michelle was a tour guide.
VIP tour guide. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
15 years.
So where are we? We are at the Winter Park Public Library. This is their new library. You can still smell the paint on the wall, can't you? We have a live audience too, and we have quite a big one. And you all can sit behind me if you want. You don't have to. Or you can sit wherever you want to sit. We do have people here. In fact, on the count of 3, just say like, hello, 1, 2, 3. So there are people there. I do not have anybody Skyped in yet as far as filmmakers. And most of the time what we do is we Skype in the filmmakers so that we get a chance to meet them. At the moment, only one responded, and he may or may not show up. If not, you and I get to pull this ourselves.
Okay, we can do it.
So
Sure.
we do, though, and I'm going to give a little surprise up front. We do have a film that came from someone who came to live screenings, and he said, I'm in a film. Would you be interested in showing it? And I said, of course. And he ended up sending it to me, and we're going to see it. It's called The Fruit Cake Letter. And you've seen the film, so you know.
Yeah, I did.
And the actor, one of the actors in it, is here.
So great. Okay.
We'll get a chance to.
He's behind me right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's somewhere over there.
Right.
But we'll bring Stephen in a little bit later. So this is in association with the Winter Park Public Library. Live Screening's been around about 6 years. It's a monthly film screening, film festival. I look for films from around the world. And films that show a world that I want to live in. So the positive, upbeat, inspirational. We're not going to see a lot of horror. We're not going to see a lot of high suspense.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Enough of that in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
as we live. And we do like to delve into talking about the issues of whatever the films are about.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Right.
Let's do it.
Are you ready to get started? Now, just so you know ahead of time, we are. I am a one-man band here, basically. So I will be doing the technical aspect, and I'll also be doing the talent part of it. And at any time you want to talk, give me
or
a chance to
interject.
do something.
Okay, so just like when we get together outside, or you're just talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep bantering. So let's get started with our first film, and our first film is called Miss. It is. I have it here somewhere. Miss Bonnie Liss, and it's from a filmmaker who lives in Lake Wales, Florida, which is about 40 miles west of here. He's a firefighter. His name is Paul O'Neill. He's a firefighter. He does about 4 of these a year, and he loves to talk to artists. Yeah. So that will be our first one. So enjoy.
I feel like I can see things because of my upbringing. I have been taught to see light and composition, and I just feel very lucky to have had the upbringing that I've had. So it's all kind of come together now in my senior years. I love nature. I love being outside. I love hiking, and as a kid, I traveled around the world with my parents. Like I said, I was very lucky to have the upbringing that I've had. and been exposed to art and different experiences. And I love just being outside and looking closely at things. I just really love to put my impression of what I'm seeing on canvas. I paint for myself. I really don't paint for other people. I don't really care if I sell or even if I show. It is kind of nice to show my work because I just have piles of it, and I just wouldn't mind if other people saw it and maybe appreciated it. But I really paint for myself. My whole life I was a graphic artist, had a successful business, and I did artwork for everybody else. So they told me what they wanted and I provided it. With book covers designs, I did thousands of them. Package design, I was always designing and painting for everybody else. But when I got home and on the weekends, it would be just for myself. Nobody else needed to see it. Nobody else was in control other than me with what it needed to look like. I've done a lot of still life paintings that I feel are portraits. And there's one behind me on the wall I feel it's a portrait of my father. He passed away, but it's his teapot and it's the gardenia that he loves. And it's his afternoon tea he would have some fruit and cheese, and it's his tablecloth that has the little sunny sliding glass door he would sit in front of and have his afternoon tea. And I feel like that's a portrait of my father. Nobody else would know that, but I do. And that's what's important to me. Art gives me just a sense of who I am. It is a good way for me to express what I want. I'm not as good verbally. My paintings, I hope, speak for themselves. And I just feel like it's an easy way for me to express how I feel. In the end, what you want to do as an artist is to express your feelings through your artwork. So maybe to emit an emotion, or just to have somebody else share in what you might be expressing. So to communicate through your art. I think that would be an end goal. I've had many influences in my life, but the greatest influence on my art is my mother. As a small child, she taught me how to make space and time for my art. I have great memories of my mother, and I thank her for everything she gave me. I'm glad to be just like her. You know, when I was a kid, life just seemed so long. You know, as you said you were 21 years old, it just seemed like you were old when you're a little kid. And then when you're 21, I mean, you think old or middle age is in their 40s or 50s. And now I'm 65. And I can look back and think I've had great times, few regrets, not many. And the meaning of life is just to enjoy it and have fun and enjoy this. Your time on earth is short. So if you can make a mark, great, more power to you. But if not, just have a good life and be nice. Be kind to people.
are back. Yes. Paul O'Neill. Wow. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you think of that? I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
a little speechless. It was when you first sent it to me, I remember feeling really moved by this woman. And when I heard her say, "Well, I can't really express myself well verbally," Paul, as a filmmaker, obviously made her feel at ease and asked her the right questions, because she just sat in that chair and she expressed these very deep personal connections that she had with painting, and then shared the portrait of her father. Oh God, it was really beautiful, and all the imagery. Mhm.
yeah. But Paul, like I said, he sends me like 3 a year,
Yeah.
and they got this similar feel to it. From the Peanut Gallery, from the audience, comments, questions, anybody? Yeah.
That's what I say, I love it. I love when he gives this thing, because each time, like, you get like right into the person's shoes, sort of, like you
Mhm.
really see him, and it's, so I just love his.
And Marcia, you have seen other ones of his
Yeah,
films
yeah,
before too.
yeah, I love it.
The photography was gorgeous, especially the goldfish pond, and,
Mhm.
you know, the ripples and dropping the food on the
Mhm.
pond.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And he's local. He's a local firefighter who loves to make short films about artists on the side.
I have a question. Do you know where he finds his subjects?
He mainly finds them in and around like Polk County
Mhm,
area,
mhm.
and
So the artist herself is a Floridian.
right. He'll go to functions. He's in the art community, and he'll meet somebody he likes,
Yeah.
like a sculptor, and he'll be like, "Hey, can I
Oh,
come and
yeah.
spend 4 hours with you?" And he
Mhm.
did one on himself, which was very
Mhm.
very unusual. So let's get moving. Our next one, and I have them right here on my phone. Next one is called Windows, and the filmmaker is Kiro Mati, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'd like to come, and however, I have an issue with speaking English and
Mhm.
understanding." So he might not be. In fact, he's not here right
Where's
now.
he from?
Spain is my understanding. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. There we go. With here we go. And number 2 is Windows. Perfect. Enjoy. We're going to pause it just for a moment because we're not on the we're not online right now for some reason. Here we go. And share the screen. Perfect. And here we go. Enjoy. And we are back. Windows, kind of an exploration piece, meditative. What would you what would you say, Michelle?
Okay, I think this is what I call a thinker. So, it's not just, okay, like this guy's into Windows. It's all metaphorical, what it means to you. How did he advance like this story? He used a lot of colors. He was like, did the little flashing, the cutout of the old woman that is mentioned in the beginning text that he had.
Mhm.
But I think it's one of those things where I'm watching it as Michelle, and then I have a takeaway like, okay, do I see the world, from behind, or am I out there, or is it about the colors? What do windows mean to me? I mean, that's what I meant by a thinker.
Right,
And then,
right.
like for you, might mean something else. So it was less is more, most definitely.
Very minimal.
Yes,
It was like
yes, but he was saying something. for
like the
sure.
inside of my house. Very minimalism.
Mhm, okay.
However, what struck me was the boldness of it. Now, granted, it's not for everybody.
Mhm.
However, the boldness of taking Windows and exploring outside at some point, which was
Do you feel like that was the message?
uh,
Like, as a filmmaker, what was he trying to tell us, or where did he want to take us?
I don't know.
Really?
However, it really made me conscious of being present. So
Very good.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I mean,
Mhm.
that was
Mhm.
what I felt with it. Anyway, anybody from the Peanut Gallery? Comments, questions? No. All right. We will move on. We will move on to the next one. The next one is called Never Look Back. Here we go.
Barbara?
Ja.
Er du sikker? Hvorfor får jeg aldri komme hjem til deg?
Det har skjedd noe. Men du kan ikke si det til noen.
Jeg lover.
Jeg gidder ikke å snakke om det. Vi kan gå til kiosken.
Ser de oss? Sjekk. Nei, de følger ikke med. Tror du det er nok? Skal jeg kaste den opp litt? Ok. Ha det.
Det er ingen som ser deg. Jeg vet ikke hvorfor du...
Hei.
Kan
Hei.
Ja, takk.
Ja.
Please remember. Ti.
Ja, fordi
Wow!
Nei.
Det la oss gjøre. Jeg
kan ikke skyte på først.
Fuck!
Helt til det rekker deg igjen, jeg kan ikke skyte.
jeg må dra. Ja, da drar jeg.
Okay. Du har 5, ikke sant?
Yeah!
Ja, da drar vi. Ha det.
Det er smått, da. Se.
Ja.
Vil du ha en? Ja. Ta det. Det er ikke morsomt. Det er så godt. Liv! Du ødelegger håret mitt. Jeg
Skal meg ikke fikse det. Nei! Ha det. Kos deg. Skal du ikke gi meg en klem? Ok da. Ha det. Ha det. Ses i morgen. Ja. Mamma, jeg er hjemme. Mamma? Går det bra? Mamma? Ja, det er Karina, døtteren til Tove. Mamma falt igjen. Hva skal jeg gjøre?
Hei, vi kommer fra hjemmesykepleien. Hei, Karina. Hei sann. Er det med deg, Tove?
Hvordan går det, Tove?
Vi ser.
Er du våken?
Kan du høre oss?
Hallo, ta meg. Kan du komme og sove hos meg? Ok, ha det.
And we're back. Whoa, what did you think of that one?
It was really beautiful, very intense, and you feel so bad for her. She just wants to be a girl, shaking up cans of soda and hanging out with her friends, but she's got some serious things to deal with at home, and keeps it all on herself until she finally
Right.
comes up.
I love the small little nuances of the the fan shot.
Mhm.
And even the structure of the shots, they were all. I mean, one of the last ones is the desk has a flower pot in the back. You see clothes on the floor. It was just done so well. I mean, you
Mhm.
just felt like you were there. And the little camaraderie that the two girls had
Yes.
was just.
Yeah, I got the feeling in the beginning the character didn't want to trust anybody. She had a little bit of maybe shame, and she said, "No, like I don't want to ever talk about it."
Right.
And that she finally let go and let her best friend in for that comfort, and she could finally breathe.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
we need other people. I mean, we
Oh,
need
gosh,
community. I mean,
yes.
this is what
You need community. You need good friends. You need people that you can trust.
we're social creatures.
And people you can lean on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Questions,
that-
comments from the peanut gallery? Anybody? You had to ask that question. Oh, Liddy, did you see Karen where it's from?
I guess Sweden.
Okay.
There was somebody named Oyvind, and I know someone who's Swedish.
All right, Lydia,
Has that name.
Sweden. You had to ask me that question. I didn't know. However, the films that we show are going to be a plethora, a bouquet of just, I mean,
Mhm.
like the last one, Windows, was an
Yes.
experimental piece. This
Mhm.
one was a dramatic piece. The one before this was a beautiful documentary. And that's the great thing about live screenings, showing films that show a world we want to live in. And we're not all documentary. I mean, we are
Yeah.
kind of living a documentary, but
Mhm.
we're kind of living narratives too.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is the world we want to live in, with friends and people we can lean on, and but also have fun with. She was having a blast with her, and then she was sharing her most intimate parts of her life with her
Right, right.
her friend.
All right.
I have a question for you.
Yes, Cameron.
That film was done so well, but it was so brief. I was wondering if it's a proof of concept, if they're looking to expand that into a longer short or perhaps a feature. Because it's rare to see something that's done quite well, but really isn't even attempting to tell a full story.
Right, right.
Or if it's just, could be just a little slice of life.
Right, right.
A dramatic slice of life, but I was wondering if they plan to do something bigger with that.
Right. I don't have an answer to that one. I will tell you this, that 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes is the amount of time for a film that I receive here. So it can't be any more than 15 minutes. I think that was definitely less than 10 minutes. I have considered trying to keep it under 10 minutes, because 10 minutes is just that magical number, of short films. But yeah, that's what we do here as far as up to 15 minutes. The next
Well,
one.
I wasn't questioning length. You can tell a full story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
6 minutes. It just, that one for me seemed like a proof of concept. So I didn't know if you knew.
No, they Linda did not get back with me, the filmmaker, for that one. So let's move on. Souls in Jeopardy is our next one, and
Yo soy una hija del Inti Sol, de la Pachamama y del Inti Sol. Yo soy hermana del pueblo Coya, del Inti hermano y de la Aymara, la Aymara. Yo misma me guío a la libertad. El Aymara, un indio me guía a la libertad. José Gabriel, el cóndor canqui, el gran Tupaki, es Tupac Amaro, el gran Tupac, que son mis hermanos cordilleranos. Sikuana Nakayaha Witiniano Sikuana Nakayaha Witiniano Hey Neyo Hey.
That one kind of at the end snuck in with
Yeah.
what they were trying to say.
yeah, which is kind of like not uncommon in with people want to send messages or make a point or push an agenda with their film, and that just shows you that those wetlands need to be preserved. There's lives going on. There are things that we don't see, and I'm amazed at how close they got without feeling like they were disturbing it. You didn't see one animal flinch or a bird fly away. It was like they were right there. I don't know how they did that or how long it took them to get all that footage. That's
Telephoto lens, I would say.
yeah, and sitting very quietly for a long time.
One of the questions that went through my mind is, what does a snail eat?
Yeah.
I don't even know what a snail eats.
So
Yeah.
you can Google it. You know?
Yeah. So this was an advocacy film. So
Mhm.
another
Yes.
bouquet, another piece of the
Mhm.
type of cinema that
Mhm.
we show here at Live Screenings. Comments, questions from the Peanut Gallery? Anybody? No? Anybody know what a snail eats? Vegetation? Dead vegetation.
I have a question for you, Banks, because
Sure.
I know that you live on a lot of land and you do farming and you are very much one with nature and things like that. When you watched that, how did it affect you?
Like, what does a snail eat? So,
Oh, okay. Do you have snails on your property eating your crops or something?
They're actually on my windows, and you can see them like
Okay.
slide down the
Slide down,
windows.
doing their own thing. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine are outside that are on my window. What do I say? If you leave nature alone, it will do its thing.
Mhm. Do what it's supposed to.
Here's the thing. We are part of nature,
Mhm.
so how do we do our thing with nature? Moving right along, our next one is called The Fruitcake Letter. Yes. Here we go.
Dear Mr. Bellybottom, I'm 14 years old. I'll make this quick because I know as the owner of the second largest fruitcake confection company in the state, you are a busy man. You see, this year has been awful hard. We got nothing, and even that nothing is hard to deal with. My clothes is barely threads. The household is entirely in disrepair. And the season's crops are dried up and gone. I'm writing for my mama. She loves your fruitcakes more than anything else at Christmas time. For my mama's sake at least, you could send us one of your famous cakes. Mr. Ed Munn.
Is this the Monk residence?
Munch?
Yes, Munch.
Yes, sir, that's us.
Hi, I'm Mr. Bellybottom from Georgia's most famous fruitcake company. How are you? Your letter's the reason I came out here today. Your loyalty and dedication to our company, and all this while you not being able to afford one of our confections at Christmas time for yourself, it moved me to the core. I've taken the liberty of bringing you a fruitcake, personally, in the flesh. Take care now.
And believe it or not, we have one of the actors in it in our
I know,
audience.
it's- you said when we first started.
Stephen is here.
Steven.
Hey, Stephen, where are you? Stephen, stand up so we can see you. There you go. You want to come over here? And we'll bring you in with us right here. In the middle.
No, you take my chair.
All right.
You
Stephen,
can sit
yeah.
here and chat with them.
So you look like Paul Simon.
Well, I provided the comic relief in the. I'm not obviously a professional actor or anything.
You know what makes you a professional actor?
But he told me, my friend is the director. He does infomercials for counties, and he's got some feature films.
Oh yeah.
Also, but not Hollywood like IMD.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So Stephen, the
So-
only thing that makes you a professional actor is if you get paid. So did you get paid?
No, I didn't
All right. So you're not a professional actor.
I didn't get paid.
All right. However, when we're done talking, she and I are going to talk about your performance. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, shoot.
No. No worries. I loved it.
I got a little background. The reason, folks, it's so short was because you got to get some background. And once a year, we lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, and every year in the downtown area, they have a Christmas film festival. And this particular year, the theme was fruitcake. You could do anything you want.
Yeah.
a lot of animated monster fruitcakes eating people. I mean, all kinds of totally outrageous anything, and had to have some element of a fruitcake in there.
Yeah.
So you only have 48 hours to plan on it.
So
They tell you the theme 48 hours before, and the film therefore cannot be more than 3 to 4 minutes. That's it. Very narrow window. So my friend just told me, he said, listen, we're doing it this year. I got a part for you, Mr. Belly Bottom. He's real eccentric, and I think you're perfect for it. And I go, thanks.
Typecasting? Was it typecasting?
I don't know. We were good friends.
Are you still good friends?
Well, the distance. He would be talking about this. I'm out of touch with him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I can't tell you about the technical
Yeah.
stuff, but he was what I could see and what we talked about. He was trying to capture almost like a 1940s. Now that's in modern times, but it's outside of Greensboro in a poor, rundown section,
Right.
houses needing. He was trying to make kind of like probably like a 1930s or 40s poor, poor
country
living in that. And his mother had died,
And we didn't know the mother had died until the end.
at the end.
Did-
We
yeah,
did
yeah,
not.
yeah,
We
yeah.
did not.
So that was a nice little
Yeah.
twist to it.
And his son was playing. That was the director's son, my friend Les. His son was playing the acoustic music in the
Oh, nice.
background. So it was kind of a family affair.
And when was this? When did you shoot this?
2008.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So it's a little older. I just thought that because it was around Christmas time and we had it done, we had this festival then. It kind of got me nostalgic that maybe there was, a tiny bit of merit to it. And I just think it's a timepiece.
It is.
It's kind of like a Dickens,
Right.
Just a feel.
It's an older film. I can tell that because it was a little I had to pull it from YouTube, and it wasn't up to date. But actually, that helps it because it looks like a period piece.
I think so, and I think maybe he made it a little grainy on purpose.
Yeah. So Stephen and his wife Kathy. Sorry, Kathy.
It's okay.
The girlfriend. No. Kathy. I'm sorry. I called you Katie earlier today too when I was driving by the car. Hey, Kathy.
You've only been here enough time.
I know. So you and your wife have been coming here.
Yeah.
And been seeing the films, and you said, I had this film, would you be interested? And I was, of course. And it fits perfectly into the film. In fact, with that said, I'm going to tag you out, bring her in, and then we're going to talk the merits of it from now on.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I can stop talking.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Stephen, everyone.
Someone owned it and he borrowed it. He was going to either tear it down or renovate it.
There was an outhouse too. There was an outhouse there.
Dilapidated
Um,
outhouse.
And he
Yeah.
got all those that poverty.
Right.
In a few minutes, he was trying to show that.
Yeah. So, what did you think?
I wanted there to be
And he's only-
money in that fruitcake. Thing. We are on hard times, and here you go. And I thought he's
Oh.
going to open the tin, and then it's like a solid gold fruitcake.
Oh my
Or is
God.
it full of money or a scholarship so he can go to education? But it was good. It was good. Mr. Belly Bottom. But yeah, I thought that's kind of like what I thought. But that you just wanted to share a fruitcake with his mom.
All right.
That's a memory.
So Stephen prefaced like, I'm not an actor. And when
Yeah.
I saw it, I thought he was like very strong.
Yeah.
That his mother had died.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was.
She got the fruitcakes, and
Right.
he
Mhm.
was just trying to say, come on, shouldn't I use a fruit? He was obviously saying, I don't have the money.
Right.
We've got
Right.
long
Yeah.
customers.
Digging up potatoes in the field there. So this is a narrative.
Yeah,
story.
and it's a giving back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a giving. Yeah, but I still wanted the tin to be full of money
Full
for
of money.
the kid.
Yes. Where's that money?
Give that to the kid.
I didn't either. I
It's
didn't
like,
even.
he's going to open it up, and there's going to be a no.
All right.
Maybe next time.
We are up to our next film, and it's called No Remedy. And this is from China, and you'll probably immediately understand that it's from China. So enjoy. It's called No Remedy.
实行静默管理以来啊，我们的社会面感染者已经从每天的几百例下降为每天几十例，很快就能实现社会面清零。
感谢张医生。那同时呢，我们也了解到啊，因为当前的疫情防控措施，那很多的常规患者都无法像平常一样前往医院就诊了。那对此，您有没有什么建议能够给到我们广大市民呢？
根据最新的国家防疫政策规定啊，需要就医的市民请提前做好准备，凭借48小时阴性核酸证明和体温检测正常，方可入院就医。希望广大市民呢积极配合，以大局为重。
爸，吃饭了没？我在新闻上看见你了，可帅了。
都戴着口罩呢。对了啊，刚才你这个毕业论文啊，我看了一下，还得再润色润色，毕竟是博士论文，不要太马虎了。
知道了，爸。反正崔院长不都答应了吗？
不是说有这层关系就一定稳了的，这现在竞争多激烈呀！
知道了，爸。
好了，爸爸有事儿，先不跟你聊了啊。哎，
张主任，保安反映门口有个病人和家属体温正常，但没有48小时核酸证明，说需要透析。
这样的事儿难道还需要我亲自处理吗？之前那么多病人不都是按规定办的？
是我也不想打扰您，但家属说认识您。家属说病人叫李芝兰，是您之前的老师。
小张，
之前不都是安排一个社区医院了，不掏手机呀？
这封控了，王世清院医生都被调走了，居委会不让出门。今天看老李实在不行了才放人。
现在上头查得很严很严，没有48小时阴性核酸证明，谁都不敢接诊
啊！
但你别担心啊，只要等6小时核酸报告一出啊，咱马上安排啊。
6小时，我怕他撑不了啊，他已经2周没做透析了。
洛晨啊，今天你值班啊？我这儿有个病人需要透析，你看能不能帮忙安排一下？
有多重要？我这边透析病人都排长队了。
是我高中老师，已经快2周没透析了。
行啊，老张，等你当副院长了，可记着我点儿。他是哪个小区的？
小安桥。
小安桥，我看看名单啊。
张叔，我父亲他现在情况很不好，可真的不能再拖了。
我刚给同事打个电话，他说你们那小区有10几例阳性，现在不能接诊。这样，我现在立刻联系能接诊的医院，你们准备一下。
我怕他撑不到那边了。张叔，求您了，要不您说个数，我能给的我全给。
这不是钱的问题，好多其他病人连进来等核酸的机会都没有，得维护防疫的大局，这是国家政策。
我知道，可
阿姨，你这是干什么？
老李之前可是最器重你的，我知道你不是忘恩负义的人，可你也不能见死不救啊！
张叔，求您了。
胃肠、对血液这些都有一些知识基础，所以现在这个知识技术比17年强多了，所以这个外病率肯定死亡率肯定会降低。当然，高传染病很重要，就是说一个。
哎，孙院长，我这边有个情况，我高中老师已经快2周没做透析了，但现在他的核酸阴性证明还没出。
你知道上头现在的政策吗？这件事的政治风险有多大，你也清楚吧？
我知道。
如果出血院的病人传染，你的事业就完了，明白吗，张副院长？而且我也会受牵连，还有你女儿，你要是出事，你觉得还有哪位大夫敢带她？
如果您是我，您会怎么做？
我实话告诉你，总会有人死的，他只不过是你高中老师。
张叔，我爸他醒了。护士，立刻联系内神医科，预备仪器准备用患者透析。
主任，核酸报告还没出呢。
出了事找我，去找陈医生，把患者送过去。
现在很难受。
是的，老师，我马上去做透析。
为什么？啊？为什么妈会变得这样？
爸，
老李，
爸，
老李，
爸，呼吸机准备抢救。爸。
10年前，
昨天全天，我市新增34例本土确诊病例，其中8例在闭环隔离管控中发现，26例为无症状感染者转归病例。新增的27例本土无症状感染者中，25例在闭环隔离管控中发现，2例在社会面筛查中发现。目前，我市疫情防控形势持续稳中向好，绝大多数阳性感染者在闭环管控中发现。我市有望在本月中旬实现社会面清零，届时将实施有序放开、有限流动、有效管控、分类管理。目前，我市已经在制定持续稳固疫情防控成果、有序恢复正常生产生活秩序的总体方案。希望广大市民继续配合防疫措施，以大局为重。
We get all types, don't we? All types of films.
Yeah.
That was a
Kick in the gut.
That was a tough one. Yeah. As far as storytelling is concerned, it pulled me right in. This is the second or third time that I've seen it. And oh my God, it's as wrenching as it was the first time.
Do you feel that it drew you in even more because it's something that we've been seeing and it's been our lives for most recent couple of years now?
Yeah, and the policy in China has changed since I've seen it for the first time. So yes, it was as far as storytelling, it was brilliant. I would have cut it out earlier. I'm getting out of it earlier, but that was fine. It was just so well done. I received probably at least 3 to 5 films from China per month, and I received like around 20. So about a quarter of them are from China or Asia.
And have you ever been able to talk with the filmmakers? I know there's a huge time difference, but have you ever been able to correspond with them or talk with them during one of the live screenings?
Yes, I have brought them in and Skyped them in and talked to them. Very ironically, 2 days ago, a Chinese filmmaker who lived in LA for many years moved to Tampa, and she is looking to be a co-host with me maybe, and maybe we could do all Chinese films.
Oh, that would be great.
And then she could translate if need be, bringing in the
Be an
Chinese.
interesting perspective to have, wouldn't it?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh.
On all films.
Right. So any questions or comments from the peanut gallery? Anybody? Yep.
because that tension, the tension definitely came across.
Mm-hmm.
And it came across in a different language too. This was Chinese. So yeah.
When was the film?
I think within the last year, 2022. Yeah, yeah. All right, so we're up to our last film. This last film is from Kyle Baston. He does films up in a young gentleman, maybe in his 20s. He does films up in Maryland. He sent me 4 or 5 of them. This is his most recent one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is shot on film. So enjoy. It's called Tinted Love.
It's 1 a.m. again. I'll lay here alone for a few hours, trying not to think. But it's impossible. My mom used to tell me to count sheep or say prayers over and over again, but that never worked. I'd always wake my parents up, tell them I couldn't sleep. The only thing that actually helped would be my mom rubbing my back. 2 scratches followed by a figure-8 rub. Over and over. From then I realized that sheep didn't make me sleep. It was the feeling that everything was gonna be okay. That I can rest easy. That the world would be there when I woke up. When I was with Rose, I was at peace every night.
Oh my God.
With her, even if I didn't open my eyes the next morning, I knew my last moments would be spent in heaven.
You're so pathetic. Everybody sees how pathetic this is, right?
She made me feel okay to close them, to let go.
This is how you remember it? These are your memories. Who do you think you work for? The LA Tourist Bureau? You got high and sat on your ass in the valley, literally like every night. Oh, so showing you are going to apologize is just as good as actually doing it, right? My God, you're an idiot!
But then my world vanished. Why did she leave? I'm asking you because it could be anyone's guess. No, she didn't die.
I used to wish I would when I was with you.
I looked her up on my friend's phone after being blocked on mine.
Creep.
She still exists. Just not to me. She's gone to her own world after being all of mine. Our adventures, our laughs,
Your optimism is sickening.
our challenges, our cries.
Ah, yes. Because you were for sure a victim, right?
Her first kiss.
Our last.
How long am I gonna have to sleep like this? Leaving one side of the bed open, wrapping myself in memories. Maybe it's the hope that one day she can come back and fill her spot. But it was never her spot. She has her own life, her own full bed with half to use how she wants. I just wish she chose to use that half for me. Because I know my half will always be open for her.
Get the fuck over it.
Spend most of my nights staring at the screen, just waiting for life to pass me by. Spend most of the day scrolling and searching, just to see who's holding you tight. 'Cause baby, you're the reason I stay up at night. You are the one I cannot find.
And that was our last one.
Yeah.
What a way to end
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
With a poor little lonely.
Reminiscing about my old girlfriends I had.
Oh, dear.
Get over it.
Yikes. Yeah. Move on.
Yeah, swipe left, move on.
Yeah. So you said before it started that part of it was actually
I
film.
think it was film.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of the memories
Mhm.
that may have been shot on film, and
Yeah.
then the rest was, like a digital.
And Kyle has sent me films in the past that were all film. So he
Mhm.
dabbles in film.
Oh, good for
a
him.
young. In fact, I met him here. I think he went to UCF for film school. So what did you think about it? I mean, besides,
I loved it. I mean, it's that when you break up and then you romanticize how it was so good, it was so great, and it's all about those rose. It's the tinted part, obviously, the rose-colored glasses. That this kid is trying to remember his rose and all this, and the blanket. I love that effect, by the way, of the blanket, and then you put the memories were projected sort of on him. He was covering himself in the memories and had his own little view about how that relationship went, which is drastically different than hers.
Right.
Clearly.
And what I've noticed with Kyle's films over the years is they have gotten progressively better and better. He can look back on the films and go, oh my gosh, the growth that has happened with him, which is amazing, because he keeps on doing in order. I mean, as a filmmaker, you have to do it in order to get better.
Right.
You just don't all of a sudden. Like,
No,
great.
you don't. Unless you're Steven Spielberg. But now his films is he have a website, or is he like a YouTube kind of?
Kyle Baston.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because I really admire his shooting on film.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you don't do that nice.
Questions, comments from the peanut gallery. Anybody?
I like the way they were asking for our judgment when the camera was coming in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And he at the end he looked. Well, he and she looked at the camera. Get over it already.
Yeah.
So that's our 7 films for live screenings for the month of January 2023. Next month, February the 25th, it's the third, I'm sorry, the fourth. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 4th Saturday of every month. It is at 4:15 Eastern Standard Time here at the Winter Park Public Library. I think we hit double digits this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Wow.
Everybody loves movies.
Yes. kick out those folk singers. I'm kidding. No.
No, that's the pre-show.
That's the pre-show for. Yeah, that's not bad.
There you go.
So yes, so this is what it is, and I want to tell you something right now. I want you back.
Oh dear. Get over it. Sorry, you set me up. I would love to come back. Thanks. Anything, fellas?
This is good, and you know what?
That wasn't planned, by the way.
And actually, none of this was planned.
It's true.
I want you, to come back and do it again.
I would love that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anything cinema, I'm on board.
I know, and I enjoyed this banter.
Thanks.
This was
classic Michelle
natural, genuine, easy. It wasn't hard. I wasn't like, is she going to talk? Is she not going to talk? Is she going to say something?
No. She did.
So she did. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
So Michelle Curtis, everyone. Yep. I'm going to say goodbye to you online, and then I'm going to say goodbye to them in a minute. So February the 25th is the next film festival here at the Winter Park Public Library. Send your films through Film Freeway, and that's where I gather all of my films from. Unless you are a filmmaker that has already been in this festival, I waive the fee and you send it directly to me. Thank you so much, and we're going to go out with something you haven't heard yet. Something like this.